The ocean liner and refrigerated cargo ship SS Pericles was launched in 1907 for the Aberdeen line service between Great Britain and Australia via South Africa, and was the largest ship on the route. Harland and Wolff built her on slipway number 4 of its North Yard in Belfast, launching her on the 21st of December 1907 and completing her on June 4th, 1908. The ship had a double bottom for the full length of her hull, 8 watertight compartments, and bilge keels to improve her stability. With berths for 100 saloon-class passengers spread over 4 decks and 250 third-class passengers, the Pericles weighed almost 11,000 tons, and her twin screws were driven by quadruple-expansion steam engines with a combined power output rated at almost 1,000 horsepower. The Pericles was the first ship Harland and Wolff built for the Aberdeen line, and her cost was about £240,000. She was registered at Aberdeen, and her code letters were HMQP. The Pericles had a successful service until she was wrecked off the coast of Western Australia in 1910. At 3:32 p.m. on the 31st of March, the Pericles struck a then uncharted rock off of St. Aldern Island, 3.5 nautical miles southwest of Cape Leeuwin. Her chief engineer, W.L. Robinson, and his crew worked waist-deep in water to shore up her bulkheads and keep her pumps running. The cargo ship Strathallian was within sight, steaming south. The Pericles blew her whistle, flew a distress message with her signal flags, and turned broadside the ship to attract her attention, but the Strathallian continued south, never noticing the Pericles in danger. Captain Simpson then gave the order to abandon ship, and within 25 minutes the Pericles crew had launched all of her 14 lifeboats, carrying all passengers and all the crew. The only fatality was the one-eyed ship's cat, Nelson, who drowned. The crew of Cape Leeuwin Lighthouse lit fires along the shore to guide the boats to a safe landfall in Sard's Bay. The last boat carrying Captain Simpson stood close to the Pericles while she remained afloat. The ship drifted southeast for a short while, then listed to starboard and sank bow first. The sloop HMS Penguin had surveyed the sea around Cape Leeuwin for an Admiralty chart in 1900. The court heard that the Penguin had taken soundings at 1 nautical mile intervals and had missed the pinnacle that Pericles had struck. On the 14th of April, the court found that Captain Simpson and his officers had exercised proper care and vigilance in planning Pericles' course, navigating her, and determining her position. The rock that Pericles struck was uncharted, and therefore Simpson and his officers were not to blame in the incident. In 1910, the sloop HMS Phantom was sent to find the rock. She too was unsuccessful. It was surmised that when the Pericles hit the rocks, she may have knocked the pinnacle off of it. The Western Australian Museum has an Aberdeen line house flag that was one of the once flew on the pinnacles that the engineers saved from the ship before it sank. The Australian Underwater Cultural Heritage Act of 2018 protects the Pericles wreck for several reasons. She is the largest historical wreck of her era and in the area. The only wreck in Western Australia was that had a quadruple-expansion engine, and she is of social significance. The wreck lies at a depth of about 115 feet. Her twin engines, twin propeller shafts, and 3 of her boilers are visible.